Hello everyone. Now, if you've been sitting at your computer or playing on your phone, then we have got some fabulous stretches for your wrists and your forearms. So stick around, we're going to go through those in a moment. So please join us.
Yeah.
You know, go back and watch these later. They will be on our IGTV channel. So, just to introduce ourselves, I'm Lisa, this is Britt.
Hi guys.
And we are chiropractors at Errol Street Chiropractic, and we give these exercises out all the time because there are a lot of people with obviously tension in their spine, but you know, a lot of it starts with wrists and arms. So let's go, Britt. So what are we doing? I'm going to demonstrate and Britt will talk through it.
Okay, so the aim of these exercises is to actually stop you with the activity that you're doing and have a break and stretch out. So firstly, a good one to start with is just clasping your hands. So you can either interlace your fingers or just overclasp your hands like this. And what you want to do is just roll your hands in a circle, okay? So what we say is just really gently go in a clockwise motion. So you can go 10 ways clockwise, and then you can go 10 ways anti-clockwise. And it's a nice way just to kind of warm up and just give your wrists and your hands a bit of mobility as well.
Don't worry if they're clicking.
Yes, I can feel that too. All right, so the next one is a wrist stretch. So we can stretch our wrist in two different ways. So firstly is a flexion stretch, and so you can stretch your wrist but also your fingers. So it depends on your contact. So what you want to do is you can do your wrist firstly and use your hand on your palm and push back, okay? And you can hold that for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. And then you can come up and use your fingers on each other and pull back, and you get a little bit more of that stretch into your fingers as well. You'll still feel it in your wrist, but you'll get a little bit more of your fingers stretching as well.
Like we can do that one with arms straight.
Yes.
You can really stretch those
Stretch it out as well. Yeah.
Or I'm just on a table here. You can just lean into that, or on the floor. You can do this in a kind of cat-cow position, or on the edge of your desk. But you know what? I mean, we're talking about people sitting at the desk, but for those people who use their hands a lot, like chiropractors and osteos and physios, then these are great for you guys too. They're great for us. So, there you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so wrists and flexion extension.
Beautiful. All right, so the other one, this one is more aimed at your hands and your fingers. So it's a cat claw. So you want to bring your hands out, spread your fingers wide, and then draw your fingers up into a claw, and then stretch all the way out, okay? So as you draw your fingers up nice and slowly, you'll just feel that nice stretch through your fingers. And this is a really nice one if you've been doing some repetitive movements on the computer, or you're doing an activity which requires repetitive motions. It's a nice way of just stretching your fingers out. And you can aim to do about 10 repetitions, as many as you really like, but 10's a good place to start as well. Okay.
So guys, just remember when you're doing these to really bring your shoulder blades back and down. So you don't want to be doing these like this.
That doesn't make sense.
So just bring your shoulders back and down, and then do your little stretch.
Beautiful. The next one is a wrist stretch, and it's also you get a little bit of your shoulders. So what you want to do is interlace your fingers. Firstly, you want to then stretch your arms nice and straight out in front of you. And that's just a really nice stretch. You feel this a little bit through your shoulders to start with. And then what you want to do is draw up and then turn your palms up to the ceiling and just pull up towards the ceiling. And same thing at Lisa, just make sure you're starting in a really nice posture with your shoulders back, so you hold that nice posture through your shoulders. And then what you can do from there is just a little bit of side to side. So you can just stretch out the sides of your body while you're doing it as well. So this one here, you can hold that upward stretch for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then you can just do a couple of side to sides before you let that come down as well.
Look like a ballerina.
I know. Nice and graceful. All right, and the last one is a prayer stretch. So this is a really great one for your wrists. So hands in a prayer position, and bring your hands nice and close to your chest. And then what you want to do is just as far as you can, you want to try to pull your hands down towards your waist. And obviously you're not going to get fully towards your waist, but you want to get to that point towards your waist where you really start to feel that stretch on the inner part of your wrist and across your forearms. And that's where you can just hold as well. And you can hold that for 30 seconds to a minute, or you can come up and you can do a couple of reps down as well. So you just want to see how far you can get towards your waist with that stretch. find that's a really nice one because you're adding that kind of flexion extension through the wrist, but then you're stretching into the forearms as well.
And good for you cooks out there and chefs.
Yes,
We've quite a few chefs and cooks that come in, and especially when you're doing, one-handed chopping and dicing and whatever. So they're great. Like I need to be doing this more myself. So
I definitely do too. It's a good reminder for us that we actually come under the ribbon of repetitive movements.
Yes. So I hope those stretches have helped. Thank you for those wonderful exercises there, Britt. And if you know anyone who's been complaining of wrists and forearm tension and tightness, then please do send them or tag them or pass it on, because it is great to share this information. It is about helping as many people as we can out there. But also, making sure you're stretching and doing all those things can help things like your carpal tunnel, or even to prevent these things, and your tendonitis and your tendinopathy in your forearms. So it's really good to help to prevent all of those as well. Thank you all again, and we'll see you all next time.
We will. See you guys.
Bye.